Stronger, we have that too. And where should we start? We'll start in the middle, maybe.
Sure.
Tell us about how it all went down.
Yeah, I mean, I'm fairly confident in Flower, and she's as good a show jumper as she's as good as Reggie probably. I felt pretty confident, and I was a little bit more nervous about Quasar in the intermediate, and I thought this would be a big effort for him, and was very proud of how he jumped it. Just touched the toe on one and fell, and that was too bad. But that's why they play the games, right? And the same thing happened to Lane, and so you win some, you lose some, and but I think everybody rode really well, and the show jumping looked like it went well, and sometimes you're lucky and sometimes you're not, and I thought Flower did what she always does. She gives me her 110% in the show jumping, and so I just try to stay out of her way, and she did what she did. So it's exciting to win, and but I'm really excited. I feel like I have a better horse going into Fair Hill. That was my goal, was to try to prepare for Fair Hill and get her relaxed and confident. Because I know I have a real horse if I get her to settle down and jump everything, and so things are looking up.
Yeah. Do you have any plans with her after Fair Hill?
Well, I have big plans. I spent my whole life dreaming. I've dreamed about everything, and so, but my first thing is to get her home and get her sort of relaxed and give her a little bit of time to catch her breath after this trip, and prepare her for Fair Hill and do the best I possibly can there, and then we'll worry about the next thing, and so. But I do want to say something that is it has nothing to do with this class, but I think one of the coolest stories this weekend is the little horse that Andrea is riding, Mr. Poppers, in the novice. Stuart Brown, who owns it, his wife was killed, and had something happen he doesn't know, and she was tragically killed last summer, and Mr. Poppers was her horse, and Stuart's a vet, and was just the vet of the year for Kentucky, and he knew that Christine wants somebody to. Christine, I used to help her, and she wanted somebody to look after the horse and see what it could do, and so it's so exciting for Andrea and Stuart's here to see Mr. Poppers winning the novice, and that's what this sport's about. That's what the fun is about. Is giving somebody some joy through these horses, and whether I was first or last, thankfully nobody got hurt. Becky's okay, but the story of Sam and Stuart and Christine Brown and Andrea is for me what this weekend's been about, and they're in the lead going into the show jumping, and so, but just so that is the coolest thing that I've seen this weekend. I'm so excited for Stuart. He's so proud of the horse and proud of Andrea, and so I think that for me is more of a story than me and Flower winning. So I just thought I could say that appropriately. Stuart's a great man, and it's a cool story.
Yeah.
Well, Blaney, I know you're disappointed, but you still must be so proud of your boy.
Yeah, no, I'm super ecstatic. He gave me 3 great phases. I wasn't at my 100% on Thursday for the dressage, and yesterday I am gonna do something weird. I'm gonna buy my video from yesterday, my cross country, because it was just one of the best rides, and I had so much fun from the beginning to the end. And today, I guess it was a little unlucky, and it's just so much detail that my inexperience still shows, and not getting him quite around enough for the turn. So I just think I let him get a little hollow through the turn, and just that bit off, and he just rolled the rail, and it was a little unfortunate. But like Coach said, sometimes you win some, sometimes you lose some, and if I was going to be second, anybody would be my coach. So I'm very happy with the outcome.
Matthew had a really nice round as well. Your horse is just so neat. We've all just been.
He's a really good boy. I think that I'm really happy to be here. First of all, I think if it wasn't for all of our supporters, we wouldn't have been able to make the trip. So just to be able to get here, I think, is a huge step, and then to be able to carry on to Fair Hill and kind of compete in our first UCI 3-star is going to be really huge. I think the lesson that I took away from today is that I just need to continue trusting him. He was jumping great, and I sort of picked down to one fence, and I knew I was going to have it down. But I'm getting there with him. I'm starting to trust him a lot more on cross country, and so I just need to continue to carry that over into the show jumping. I have all the faith in the world in the horse, and really looking forward to Fairhill.
Can you talk a little bit about your decision to bring Flower in particular here?
Well, it sort of heard a little bit about the course. Look, it's a long way to go, so I didn't want to come here and just sort of have to go. I came here to win, and that you just had to pick the horses for courses, and I saw the time was hard to make it. Maybe it wasn't the most difficult course. Flower's very, very fast, and it also gave me an opportunity to spend a week with her and just sort of get her to chill. And that was the same with Quasar. He's green at a level, and he's not the fastest horse, but he's very quick. He's very easy to ride. And so what I learned from Lane is that you needed to have a horse that's quick and nippy and stuff like that. And these two Flowers, obviously thoroughbred, so the fitness part of it that they would have gotten at Plantation last week. She's all right, and Quasar, it's a great thing for her owner, for Ann Clements, who owns Quasar, to come out of the dressage world to get into the eventing world, come to the American Championship. So and I thought he'd be competitive, and so that was more just sort of horses for courses, really. These two seemed to fit the bill. I was going to also originally schedule to bring Be Mine, who won the 2-star section last week at Plantation, and the owner of Be Mine also owns Wiley Post, and that horse was going to Plantation, and so they were only able to go to Plantation. They couldn't come here, so it made it easy. Bemini went there, and so I just bumped it. It's just kind of horses for courses, I guess.
Now, I know Flowers had a couple of blips here and there on her cross-country record, and she had something at Fairhill last year, but then she won Galloway. So, how is she sort of doing this year? How did the course go this weekend? Are you feeling comfortable going to Fairhill?
Yeah, I did a couple of things differently, honestly, and it came to me in the middle of the dressage test this weekend. She's real funny in her mouth. Like she goes in a fat snap, which doesn't pull, but she's not real keen on being told what to do. And if you let the reins go and you pick them back up, she kind of gets a little bit like this. And so I decided that I was just gonna, I usually go on a fairly long rein and give the horses their head, and I decided midway through my dressage test this weekend, I'm not gonna let go of Flower's head, and I'm just gonna hold on, and she seemed to like it. I mean, she jumped and turned, and she's honest. She's just funny in her mouth. So that's always been the issue, just the turning, and having her overreact. And so I hope we won something. And and I also think that she's she's very, very talented. Obviously, everybody knows that. And I think maybe she had a lot of pressure on her. I probably started off a bit too fast with her at Fairhill last year, and I jumped something probably too big, tried to turn, and she was like, "You're right." And so I went back and did some homework, and then she was very good at Galway, and I made some mistakes this spring, and it all ended up being that she's just not as confident to go as fast as I want to go, and so I've taken it back, and she had a lot of pressure on her after winning Galway. She was in all the training sessions, she had pressure, and I think I overcooked it, and so she hasn't done very much this fall, but she feels very happy and ready. So I feel like I have a very, very good horse, and it comes down to me. If I did a good job, I'll be okay. And I like that. That's a good place to be.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and how about yesterday? I mean, she obviously handled it well.
Yeah, she was, and to tell you the truth, yesterday would have been about as hard for her, even though the course wasn't very big, but all the twisty turns and corners and skinnies and all that stuff, it's, that was big for her, and I really feel like not letting go of her reins might be a good idea, and so I hope I don't get jerked over her head, because I don't like go of her reins going into the water either, and anyway, so we'll see, I'm going to keep working away, but I think taking a little bit of pressure off her is actually a good thing. And I started off very slowly, and I would start off very slowly.